Hi, thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm truly grateful. Thank you to my 24 subscribers. And if you like the video, please consider liking and subscribing, especially if you think people need to know some of this information. Today I'm going to be reviewing Parker razor. This is the 98R. So the 98R Parker razor. Actually, yesterday I did the review with 2 days worth of growth and discovered that my phone, whenever I get a phone call, the camera switches off. I'm really amateur. So it comes in this box. It's just a grey box with lines on it. There are 3 different varieties of packaging on the Parker. It's a very heavy 3-piece razor. It's 10 centimeters long, that's about 4 inches. It's very heavy. It weighs 3.9 ounces and 122 grams according to my scales. So a little bit more than what's advertised even. So it's a 3-piece razor. It's brass. They say it's a brass frame, which I think just means a brass handle, and with a zinc alloy header. Let's open it up. Now, Parker is a Indian owned and manufactured product. So all Parker products are manufactured in India, and it was formed in 1973, and I believe the same family owns, still has ownership over Parker. I've also got a Parker sandalwood shaving soap, which I'll be reviewing in another video. So let's have a look at the head. So the head actually has quite a lot of play in it. It moves from side to side and up and down. The pins are much bigger than the holes that they insert into, and so is the post. So the whole thing is kind of a little bit asymmetrical. The handle has this spiral pattern on it, knurling. And in yesterday's shave, I actually found it quite slippery. So it's more slippery than, say, if the pole was just left blank. It does have these little rounding areas which allow a better grip, but just with the thumb and the forefinger, because I'm right-handed, it just has this tendency just to open, just to slip. I think the same thing would probably happen on the left hand as well. I mean, anything that's slippery in the right hand is going to be slippery in the left, but yesterday's shave I found that already. So I'm going to be using an Astra blade today. I'll just pop that in. Now, when you insert the handle, when you start tightening up, it's very important to have a look to try to get it as symmetrical as possible, because you can have it too far up, too far down, too far to the left or right. There's so much play in that base cap. So, you know, I'm going to try, you have to hold it there, hold everything nice and even, check for the blade reveal, that it's nice and even, and then wind it up. So it is possible to get it all symmetrical. You just have to be really, really, you know, exacting, because the whole thing has a lot of movement in it. It's not precision manufactured. So I'm going to be using the shave lather. Now, I'm not sure the cost of this. I think it's like, in Australia, it's like $40-something, $50. And in the United States, I think it's either 30 or 40 US dollars. And it's sold into Europe, in India, and in the United States mainly. And I think it is available in Canada as well. There are some retailers. It's my first Parker product. So I've got the Palmolive shave lather. I've put about 1 gram into a bowl and I've already lathered it. And let's just start. So yeah, Parker is, it's been around for a little while. It's older than me, the company, 1973. I mean, that's a good track record. And they produce a very popular razor called the Parker variant, which is you know, often touted as being the competitor to the Mercure Progress. I own the Progress, but I don't own the Parker. I think initially the Parker did have some asymmetry in the blade gap when you adjusted the levels. So what happens is that the blade gap on one side would be higher and the blade gap on the other side would be low when they first came out. I'm not sure if they've rectified that. So here goes. I'm just going to dry the fingers and dry the razor because I did find it slippery. And this is 24 hours of growth. So yeah. So you can see it's picking up the hair, no problem. There's a it's a lot of blade feel. And it feels it's on the aggressive side. So I wouldn't recommend this for beginners. It's done the cheeks already, that's quite good. Around this area, you know, I've been using very light touch because it is aggressive. Still needs more work. This Palmolive, I've done a review of it on my nostalgic shave video where I used it for the first time, and it is excellent. It's very inexpensive. It's $3 Australian, which is like $2 US for a 75 gram amount, and that will last you 2.5 months of everyday shaving for if you use only a gram. And because there's so much blade feel on this razor, for me it's something where I don't want to really be doing 3 passes and a touch-up. For me this is 2 passes with a touch-up. This is kind of a sweeping angle. My grain grows this way. I didn't nick myself yesterday, but with these aggressive razors, I prepare the styptic in advance, just in case I need that styptic pen. Okay. I think it's just got a little bit of blood. Yep. Yeah, with 2 days worth of growth, you got more protection. Whoa. You've got more protection with the hair, so you're less likely to cut yourself. But when you do a daily, because I shaved with this yesterday, it did a lot of scraping of the skin. So yeah, my conclusion is that this is, for me, this I could never use this as a daily driver. It's just far too aggressive for me. It's 2 passes with a touch up. That's it. 2 passes is plenty. But for me, I don't like something that's so aggressive and with so much blade chatter. It has a lot of blade chatter on my skin. So when I'm cutting, as it skips along the hair or as it cuts, I feel like a deflection in the blade, and it's more prone to bounce back as I'm cutting and give me weepers and stuff like that. So for me, this is too aggressive. For people that like an aggressive shave or shaving frequently, this would probably be a razor for them. The weight is fantastic. The size is fantastic. The grip, if you've got slippery fingers, you need dry fingers. You need to have that dryness there. So somebody with that likes an aggressive shave, this would be ideal for, but there's a lot of play in that between that top cap and that base plate to get that symmetrical reveal. You really have to be on the ball for it. But if you can do that, this is an aggressive razor for somebody that likes something like that. Fantastic. So a bit of tea tree and witch hazel now. Yeah, you really need to use very light, very controlled movement for an aggressive razor like that. I'm not sure how I'd rate it, but because it feels more aggressive than probably it is because of the blade chatter. I just got a little bit more under my nose. Okay, cool. Hyaluronic, I forgot to put on. You can put that on after. And I'm starting to clean up all my shaving gear, which makes my wife very, very happy. She doesn't like things to be here and there. Bit of oscillage. Yeah, and we're good to go. So, you know, aggressive razor. I wouldn't recommend this for beginners. It's inexpensive, but for me, something like that's even cheaper is something like the King C Gillette, which is a very mild razor that's from beginner to advanced. Everybody can use that. 3 passes. If you really want to nail a BBS, you know, you go for a little bit of touch up and less irritation. With this, you're more prone to cuts, especially with the blade chatter. Anyway, thank you for watching my review of the 98R Indian Parker razor, and I'll catch you on the next one.